In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 5 best cards at each position right now in NBA 2K25 Myteam in season number 8. So I'll be going over the top 5 best point guards in the game, top 5 best shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. So starting off with the point guard position, who are the top 5 PGs? And to me at number 5, it's going to be a 6'10" defensive monster, and that's going to be invincible Ben Simmons, mainly again due to his defensive ability. We're talking about a 6'10" point guard with a 7-foot wingspan who plays at extremely good defense. He's got that legend on-ball menace, that legend paint patroller, which is really nice, and they did give him a pretty solid jump shot. He also now does have the tray behind the back on his invincible compared to his 100 overall. Still has that Garland dribble style, that Ben Simmons size up, and that Kemba Walker escape. So maybe not the greatest offensive card in this game when it comes to 3 hunting, but defensively, slashing to the paint, he's going to be top tier at the point guard position. Number 4, I think, is going to be GOAT AK-47. I do think this card is a little bit overpriced. When it comes to the festival event, I don't really think he's worth the 30 GOAT pieces because, to me, I'm just not a huge fan of this jump shot. Now, I think this is a decent jump shot. It's the same release that LeBron has. I understand that, but I don't really like LeBron's jump shot either that much. I think it's an okay jump shot. It's definitely greenable. It's for sure good, but it's not as good as the other jump shots that we'll be talking about on the other point guards in this top 5. But other than that, AK is obviously perfect. He gets amazing defensive animations. So yeah, this card is incredibly good at the point guard spot. Maybe some people would have him higher, but because of the jump shot, I'm putting him at number 4, compared to Jokic at number 3, who is a 6'11" point guard, could be considered the best point guard in the game. And you guys have to remember, when we're talking about a top 5 list this late into the year, all of these cards are incredibly good, and you could probably pick all 5 of these point guards and say all 5 of these point guards could be debatably the best point guard in the game. Like Jokic is 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. Obviously, all of these cards are going to have perfect stats and badges. I do like Jokic's jump shot better compared to AK-47's just because of the base is better in my opinion, you know, with his shot, Pro 2 fade, and then of course the best triple sigs in my team. But with Jokic, it really comes down to the height, the wingspan, and the player model at the point guard spot, which is super nice to have. But in my opinion, guys, I think the 2 best point guards in this game are going to be basically the same card, and that's going to be GOAT Penny Hardaway and GOAT Dr. J. Like I said, pretty much the exact same card because they are both 6'7" at point guard. I don't know the wingspan on either of the cards, but I believe it's around the same. It is 6'11" for Dr. J, and for Penny Hardaway, it is going to be also 6'11". There's 5 pounds in the difference, like 5 pounds difference between the 2 cards. Same stats and badges, of course. I mean, maybe, you know, I was gonna say maybe they're different, but I forgot their GOAT cards, so they all have the 40 legend badges. But if you look at the jump shot, same release, same fade, like the exact same dribble sigs damn near for every single sig, if not every single one, right? Yeah, well, the Zion triple threat style compared to the Curry triple threat style, which doesn't matter. Now I will say Dr. J does have the better motion style. I do like Drew Eubanks a little bit more than Caruso, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're the same card. Like I said, they're the same card at the point guard position. They're both very good, and they're both going to be 2 top tier point guards. I got Penny at number 2 and Dr. J at number 1. Not like it really matters. Now moving on to the top 5 best shooting guards in the game. Number 5, I'm going to go Invincible Tracy McGrady. This is a good card. I don't think he's like the best of the best anymore at the shooting guard spot because there has been a lot of good shooting guards to drop recently. Kevin Durant, I always thought was the best shooting guard in the game before we got these 3 new GOAT cards. And to me, I think he's better than T-Mac because he's a little bit taller, longer wingspan, debatably has the better jump shot, and they both have, of course, the best dribble sigs, the same stats and the same badges, at least when it comes to the stats, and the badges are a little bit different. But at number 3, this is where, I don't know, do I go Kevin Durant at number 3 or number 2? I'm going to put KD at number 2, and I'm going to go Dr. J at number 3. These 2 cards are debatably better than the other. To me, with Kevin Durant, when it comes to his GOAT card, I'm just not a huge fan of his jump shot. I think it's a good release, right? And he's 6'10" at shooting guard with a 7'5" wingspan. You know, he has the best sigs in the game. He has a good motion style, Pro 2 fade. Just his jump shot, I don't know, that Cameron Thomas base with the Oscar upper, it's just not a preferably jump shot for me. Like, it's not a jump shot that I would want to have on a card if I could choose any of the releases. And Dr. J has a better jump shot than KD, but because of the size, the wingspan, and the defense that KD can play compared to Dr. J, I'll give him that slight edge. But I'm still going to say that Beasley is the best shooting guard in the game. By far, in my opinion, the best shooting guard in my team. He's got the best jump shot. He's 6'9" with the best dribble sigs, of course, perfect stats and badges. How can you get better than Michael Beasley at the shooting guard spot? Unless Kevin Durant had the same jump shot as Beasley, then of course he would be better because he has more height and more wingspan as well. But now moving on to the top 5 best small forwards in the game. At number 5, there is so many different cards you can choose between. I'm going to go Invincible Giannis, but if you wanted to put Invincible Kemp, Invincible Kevin McHale, 100 overall LeBron, right, there's a ton of different small forwards. Blake Griffin you can maybe consider for this 5th spot, but Giannis to me is the 5th best small forward. His defense is incredible, the wingspan, the player model, the defensive animations, he still has that amazing jump shot, pretty much the best dribble sigs in the game. I think Giannis is still a top 5 small forward, and I think he'll probably be getting a GOAT this Friday. That's just my prediction, because I mean, he was the first invincible card in the game in packs. I mean, I think he hasn't gotten a card in a while, so I do feel like he'll get a new GOAT card this upcoming Friday. Will it be at shooting guard? Will it be at small forward? Will it be at point guard? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll be an out of position set and he can play the point guard position as a GOAT, which would be crazy. But number 4, the 4th best small forward in the game, I'm gonna go Paolo Banchero. Again, he has the same jump shot as Kevin Durant, and to me it's just not that great of a shot. Again, compared to the best shots in the game, it's the Cameron Thomas space with the Oscar upper, but again, he has the best sigs in the game, he has the best fade, he's perfect stats and badges wise. It's still a fine jump shot, it's just not as good, you know, as for example, as Bob Pettit, and that's why Bob Pettit is going to be the 3rd best small forward, because he's got a better jump shot than Paolo. They have the same stats. Yes, Paolo has more legend badges, but to me, I think the jump shot matters a lot more than legend badges in the game. Number 2, again, same sort of thing compared to Paolo, it's going to be GOAT Kevin Garnett, because GOAT Kevin Garnett has a much better jump shot in my opinion. Again, personal preference, but has a better jump shot than Paolo Banchero. 6'11" at small forward, 7'3" wingspan, so has that longer height, or like taller, longer wingspan, and also has a better player model. Jump shot wise, actually I don't know if he has a better player model, but the jump shot is a lot better. It's the same release that Penny Hardaway and Dr. J both have at the point guard position. But to me guys, the best small forward in the game has to be that new Dirk Nowitzki. This card is incredibly good at small forward. He is a 7-foot card that can play the small forward position with a 7'4" wingspan. He's got a good player build. His jump shot is incredibly good, Pro 2 fade with the best sigs and the best motion style. Not to say that he is a lot better than KG, not to say that he is a lot better than Bob Pettit, but he's definitely the best small forward in the game in my personal opinion, and these are going to be my top 5. Moving on over to the top 5 best power forwards in the game. Number 5, we're going to go with the only invincible in the top 5, which is going to be Invincible Shaq. I think this card's really good. I mean, he still has the best sigs in the game. He's got a good jump shot, 325 pounds at power forward. But when it comes to the best power forwards in the game, there is so many good ones. Now, I'm just going to kind of give my explanation for why you might not see some of the best cards that can play power forward, but I want to keep these lists to cards that you would actually run at power forward, and I'll explain it a little bit more as we're talking about the best centers in the game. So to me, these are the top 5 best power forward cards, right? Obviously there's GOAT Yao Ming, who can play power forward. Yes, there's Invincible Victor Wembanyama, who can play power forward. There's Invincible Ralph Sampson, who can play power forward, and we'll talk about those cards here when we get to the center position. So yes, those cards are probably better than Hakeem, D-Rob, and Shaq. I understand that. Maybe better than Wilt, maybe better than Kareem, right? Yes, Yao Ming would also be the best power forward, but I wanted to be able to include more cards in this top 5 list, and cards that you would actually play at power forward. If you're running Yao Ming on your team, who are you going to run at center if you put Yao at the 4? I guess you could put, I mean, is there any other 7'6" card? So you'd obviously, if you have Yao at this stage in the game, you would put him at the center position. If you had Invincible Wemby, you would probably put him at center unless you had, you know, 100 overall Yao or GOAT Yao, you know, in the game. So to me, these are the top 5 best power forwards, cards that I think most people actually run at the power forward position. And then when we talk about the center spot, these are going to be cards that people actually run at center. So is Wilt Chamberlain a better center card than Rick Smith? Yes, I think he's probably a better center. But would you run Wilt at center? Probably not. You'd most likely put him to the power forward position because he's only 7'4", or sorry, 7'1" compared to 7'4" and Rick Smith. So if you had Wilt and Rick Smith on your team, you're obviously going to put Wilt at power forward and you put Rick Smith at center. That's kind of my explanation. And Rick Smith is a very good center card, you know, no doubt about it. Again, number 4, another really good center card in 100 overall Yao Ming. Number 3 is going to be, again, the Invincible Ralph Sampson. Can play power forward, I understand that, but again, most people are going to run Ralph Sampson at their center position. Same thing with Victor Wembanyama, like I mentioned, and same thing with the GOAT Yao Ming. To me, these cards feel more like centers. They're all 7'4" and above, where the tallest power forward I have in my top 5 is Kareem, who is 7'2". That's just my explanation, you know, kind of my reasoning for why these are the top 5 best centers. If you wanted to make it an actual list, yeah, Yao Ming would be the best power forward in the game. Wemby would probably be the second best power forward in the game. You know, Ralph Sampson would probably be in the top 5, and Rick Smith maybe wouldn't be in the top 5 centers because you could put Will Chamberlain or you could put Kareem as better cards. But to me, these are the top 5 centers currently in my team, and these are going to be my top 5 best point guards, top 5 best shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers right now in my team. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.